medical students who is a whistleblower who basically blowed a kind of a criminal activity and behavior that in the hospital that he has been working. Basically, some these are the absolutely unethical behavior a doctor or hospital system that should be doing. So basically, they're profit driven. So basically, he whistleblowed some of the heinous crimes some of the surgeon has done in the hospital. For example, when they open somebody up, they put something extra. Pretending they're fixing your body, but they put something extra when they're doing the surgery, and then causing illness. So you have to pay more, or to
as opposed to making people well, they're making people ill.
Exactly.
So that they can continue to treat them.
Exactly. It's worse than killing you. Seriously, it's worse than killing you because you have to deal with the agony and the pain and the stress, and then money. Okay, so they keep you alive to generating profits. So that's their model. Okay, they don't kill you because they can't kill you, but they wanted to squeeze everything out of you and putting you through all those. And this is not just in one hospital. A lot of people thinking, oh, this is just one hospital, a black sheep among the herds. No big deal. No. Okay, you're wrong. After 75 years communist ruling, this is under the system. We're supposed to be communism. What does that mean? If you understand what the communism written in the Karl Marx original communism manifesto, you understand people don't have to work. Okay, everything is shared. You have those utopian, you can take whatever you need. Everything
Ava,
is free, right?
We got a hard break.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We got a news break. We are talking to Ava Chen. It is China Watch Wednesday on 1030 The Voice. We'll be back right after this news. I'm Kathleen Wynn with Ava Chen. Stay with us. Welcome back to China Watch Wednesday, and we may not be in love with China anymore. I'll just say that out loud. We are talking to Ava Chen from the new federal state of China, and not the Chinese people. I have to make this distinction between the CCP and the Chinese people who are oppressed, who are really prisoners in their own country. And we have short memories as Americans, Ava. And I think that we don't really appreciate what we have. I'm sorry to say, but as we're heading into a really historic time in our country, the level of patriotism, the pride in our nation, the fact that problems are getting solved, there seems to still be this. I don't know. It's a lack of gratitude. It's a lack of understanding our blessings in our country, and what we have that is so we take for granted. That you look at Iran, you look at China, you look at Russia. Those countries are oppressed, and the people are not free. And I think it's our role as Americans to do something about that. So before we went on, you went off to the news break. You were talking about hospitals that are treating patients for whatever they come in for, but then giving them something while they're treating them that will maybe stop what is wrong, but then give them something new to deal with, so that the hospital can make money and profit. And so essentially they're making their patients sick. And there was a whistleblower. Is that what you're...
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically the gist of the story. And what happened to the whistleblower, you have to pay attention. This young 28, very promising intern doctor died mysteriously. And the authorities said he's suicide. But the parents say, no, couldn't possibly be. And his mom... and I saw the video, the shortly was taken. His mom insisted that he were not suicide. And his mom since discovered a lot of notes that his son, the young doctor, had left documenting those heinous crimes that he observed. Okay, so one practice audience is so distant because this sounds like a fiction, but this is not a fiction. A lot of people, when I share this with a lot of Americans, this is the very first time they heard it. There's something called live organ harvesting in China.
Yes.
In China, we don't call human being as human being. There is a Chinese word to describe a human being, and when I translate it directly into English, it's called human mind. It's called human mind to describe human being. What does that mean? Mining, okay? I can mine everything out of your body. Every component of your body worth something, right? So there's a huge black market. The whole world coming to China to do organ, it's called kill on demand. So if you need an organ and you're willing to pay a big price, and there's a documentary, documentary movie that was made by two Canadian brave lawyers. Okay, I forgot the name.
Yes.
And the movie documentary, it's talking about in length about this organ life harvesting. And not just Canadian documentary, Korean documentary. If you go look at Kill on Demand, Chinese people, Uyghur and religious practitioners and political dissidents are the sources of organs for the entire world. Okay? For Uyghur, particularly Uyghur, because they are Muslim. So there's a Muslim customers. They want people never eat pork. So they have to go Uyghurs organ. Okay? So this is why we have a concentration camp, not only labor camp, but also a supply of organ to the world. There's something called organ travel. In China, there's hidden hospitals hosting those people who are looking for organ. What they do is you come in, you wait 1 week, 2 weeks, 2 months, but very quickly, they identify a person that matches your organ, and that person that day is still alive, but the next day that person will be kidnapped and died and bring dead. And they even invented a machine. It's called Bring Dead machine. And guess who invented it? It's the person who deflected to the United States in 2012, and Tony Blinken said no. Joe Biden, at that time, vice president, said no to him and sent him back. Guess how many truths he would expose? He's a CCP insider. In 2012, when Joe Biden was the vice president, when Tony Blinken
under Barack Obama,
security,
yes,
exactly, and he flipped to the United States. He fled to the Chengdu consulate of the United States in China and disguised himself as a woman, as an old woman. But then after less than 30-some hours, he was escorted out of the consulate in Chengdu because the U.S. would not give him the political asylum. Okay? And he is the guy that led the efforts, created something called Bring Dead machine to kill Chinese so their organ can be harvested and sold on open market to the international consumers. And this is a reality. And now it's coming to the world. Yeah, now if you travel to Thailand, if you travel to Malaysia, if you travel to all those places, no place will be immune. Eventually, it will come in here.
Well, it has come here. We've shut down body harvesting organizations, actually in Arizona, back when I worked at the Attorney General's office. So it has come already here. But China has the one of the largest organ transplant programs in the world, and China does not keep nationwide statistics on transplant volume. So the CCP, it's estimated, has done as many as 20,000 organ transplants. Now, they're calling them organ transplants, but I would assume that they are, like you're saying, that they're human mining, not, they're as opposed to human beings. They are taking organs and taking blood and taking other key tissues and everything, and that is the greatest concern of all these missing children that came to this country. Correct? Yes. That we have so many. We have found children. We found quite a few, but it was almost 500,000, and we've maybe found 60 or 70,000. It is not enough, but they may not be around to find. And I think that the commercial trade in human organs is a lucrative source for Chinese medical and military, and so they are willing to sell the body parts of their people to others who are willing to pay for them, and it's murder basically. But it's
a state-sponsored murder.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a state-sponsored murder. And why this is happening in China, not in any other country? With Chinese as a surveillance state, who started this? You have to go to the source. Who started this? This is the General Secretary of the CCP.江泽民started this. in 1990s. Okay, this is a systematic, institutionalized murder. Never before, if any government could commit this kind of level of crimes to their own people. Why he did it? Did it for his own family, his son, his grandson, all of them. They change kidney like you do a cosmetic, I don't know, maybe laser to treat your skin.
Yes.
Okay, or like you tint your brow. Okay, like ladies go to the salon and cut your hair.
Yeah,
that's what they do. They change their liver, like they change their, they do
whatever. Liver transplants and yes,
exactly,
kidney transplants.
Exactly, to extend their lives. So that's why so many Chinese top officials and their family members live beyond, like they're all in 90s and 100s. Okay, you can look at their names. Okay, all those so-called Chinese top CCP officials, how did they live so long? You have to ask the question. How did they? What did they consume? The personal plasma, and how did they keep the young looking of their skin? You have to understand there is a crime behind all of this, and they're state-sponsored. How did MH307 disappeared? The airplane, they carried a three-something, including crew member, 328 or 328, I forgot the number, but they disappeared. All of them died. Why? Mile school whistle blew in 2017. And that has to do with the organ transplant, the Jiang Zemin trying to cover the crime that he did. And then he had to bring the whole plane down. Because why? Because he controlled what's called China National Academy of China, which is a scientific academic center that has so many scientists and, so many researchers and scholars under the front cover. But they're all working for PLA and Chinese intelligence apparatus. But who control them? Not the Chinese people, not the state even. They're controlled by the CCP kleptocrats family who has the power. That is why within the CCP system, the political struggle for power never stops.
No.
Because different factions want to control different organs of the country so they can enrich themselves. This is what the country is about. Okay, this is not about 1.4 billion people. Never was. This is only about a handful of families. How they live longer, how they get all the money they can in the world, and how they can maintain their power. That's all there is. And they controlled his son, who has a liver problem, who transplanted, who basically need a liver and killed 5 of them. Okay, killed 5 people just to transplant 1 liver. His son, of Jiang Zemin's son, was the vice president of the National Academy of Science. Okay, in 1995. And then later on become the president in the Shanghai branch of the National Academy of Science. So they have access to those top
doctors,
technology stolen from the United States. This technology is called attraction pulling. So they can control any devices and then control the direction, overrides the airplane. So that's the technique that got into the hands of those CCP kleptocrats, and they can kill. They can not only invade other countries, other regions, and they can kill in the sense of MH307. They use that black technology they stolen from the United States and causing the plane to crash, to cover the lies, to cover the witnesses and the police, the Chinese CCP police. They basically sent to Malaysia. They escort the witness, who is the family member of the surgeon who basically operated on Jiang Zemin's son. Okay, so the CCP police, they escort the people, but they want to seal everyone. They want to make sure that the secret never goes out. They took the entire plane.
Ava, we got to take a break really quick, and then we'll come back. And I remember, and maybe we can talk about this briefly, that they were